So as you know, I got a bunch of wives, bunch of them, like a whole bunch of them. And they told me, they said, babe, why don't you say something a little inspiring and all that? Break down some of the things that you feel you need to say that can help motivate, assist in motivating somebody and inspiring them to have a little bit of a different way of thinking. And I said, all right, let me talk about what a man needs and a woman needs within a relationship, either taking care of the kids or just in general. So what a man needs to keep his fucking temper. A man needs his temper. A man's temper is what protects the family, you know? That shit that you don't let slide, that shit that stays in your head for a while, kind of gets down in your nuts and gets you pissed. That kind of stuff kind of protects your family from certain outcomes that your gut is already telling you to get upset about, pretty much. And now a woman got to keep her composure. A woman need composure. A woman ain't got composure, your entire relationship is just shit. Fucked up. I'm telling you, I know. I've been with a lot of uncomposed women. I've been with some that are very composed, but just lose control after a while. Believe it, I have confidence in a motherfucker that got 20 exes. It's not that easy. It really isn't. You see, composure for a female, the way that it helps out a female is she's able to control her emotions. That's something most women can't do, is control their emotions. A woman that knows how to control her emotions is a dangerous fucking woman. She's she's the keeper. Women that don't know how to keep her composure, I'm telling you, you're gonna have more fucking problems. You got a better chance of raising a child than a grown-ass fucking uncomposed-ass female. Honestly. Alright? Out of all honesty. A child is able to be shaped and molded. A grown-ass, uncomposed female, all you're dealing with is just some fucked up bullshit you don't want to be hearing every fucking day. And sometimes they can come off as composed, but once you find out down in the nitty-gritty, you're looking at them, you start to realize whether they're composed or uncomposed. See, composure also comes in with, it's not really being submissive. I wouldn't say that word is too strong for a woman to comprehend. I just say more assistance. They become more assistant inside of the relationship because then they don't have two people that are on a level that doesn't need to be at. You got two angry people, you don't have a positive side. You just have nothing but negatives. So your relationship attracts nothing but the negatives. You got a positive side and a negative side, then you're always constantly attracting both. And that's the difference on it. Two people always composed. One person ain't got a temper. The other one is just uncomposed. You're just gonna be setting yourself up for the biggest heartbreak of your life. You think that life is too sweet, too good, that nothing could touch you. You get too comfortable. And since he lets anything in because he don't ever get tempered, you got fucking problems you didn't want to have to deal with. Problems that you're going to have to carry with you. You know what I mean? And that's going to fuck up a lot of shit for yourselves. But somebody that keep that temper, that drive, that shit right there, it really does help keep a lot of the bullshit away from y'all's plates. If he's got a good eye with what he gets mad about. That's also something you gotta look at. Some dudes that get mad about any fucking thing. Other dudes, they get mad about certain shit, you know. They could deal with a lot, but they get mad real quick about what matters, you know. Like me, I don't really get pissed off about a lot of shit before I used to, you know. But now, the only thing that gets me upset is just treason, if anything. If it came down to my wives, I don't really get upset for anything else. I'm not a jelly kind of guy. You do what you want. But you don't come up and talk with me. You don't send me some pictures and little flowers set like that, you know? Shit, that break my heart a lot more than anything else. Or stepping out of bounds, you know? That I get mad about. But there's also shit like disrespect. I'll get mad about disrespect right off the bat. I can smell disrespect from fucking miles off. You know what I mean? It's just I've always been disrespected. I know how to recognize the signs and shit. And even if I turn my cheek, it doesn't mean I'm a simp. Doesn't mean I'm a bitch. Doesn't mean none of that. It just means pobrecito when it's your fucking time. That's it. There's only a few people that I actually don't turn my cheek on, and I handle it accordingly by my own fucking means. And that's because I love them. It's usually my family or stuff like that. I put it in my hands, you know? I won't put it in the great hands of the Lord, because I know it's gonna be hurt worse. So there's certain people, you know, that I could give my composure to and shit. But there's some that you just, you know, that temper just gotta come out. Sometimes you just gotta let it out. I used to be that person that bottled in a lot of shit. I hurt a lot of fucking people that way. A lot of them. My temper almost killed shit, like 3-4 people already. And thank God that God didn't let me go down that route, because if I went down that route, I wouldn't be here right now. I could have fucking died a long time ago in a hospital bed. But the difference is, like I said, you got to know what to get mad about. Like even right now, I'm fucking poor as shit. I got a bunch of kids. I can't even see. I might talk a little bit of shit because I can't see them. I might have baby mamas that fucking disappoint the shit out of me. But what can I do? I'm not gonna sit here being pissed off, throwing my whole fucking life away like I used to. But, you know, a composed woman knows how to recognize when you're upset. When you're broken down, a composed woman know how to fucking analyze your ass the right way. You know what, baby, I know you need this. Might not approach you about what you're mad about, but they're gonna try to distract you so you ain't thinking about that shit. You know, I got some of the most loving wives that they speak to mind and stuff. They've done a lot of changes themselves, and I respect that. I respect the fuck out of it. Me, I try to change a lot of stuff about myself too, you know? Shit. Homeless man, but don't look too bad. Still look fucking good. Still taking bullshit getting thrown at me and walking with that shit. Still looking good. Might not smell that great, but once that shit come off, shit, that don't matter to me. But a composed woman is very needed in a relationship. Very needed. And composed women are hard to come across because they don't settle just for whatever. And it's not like one of those prideful, I'm doing this shit by myself types. There ain't no feminism shit. It's just straight experience. Fucking up, being with the wrong person, being with the right person, letting that go. It's just experience. They just have a little bit more experience. And even if they're just young and shit like that, I've seen some very composed young women. Very composed. A lot of them like to go through conviction. They know when they fucked up. They know how they fucked up. But then you got them other women pointing their fucking fingers, so uncomposed. They're like an orchestra composer, just moving their hands around. You and you and you and you and you, like that. They don't know how to look in the mirror. Those kind of women are problems. Because if she can't even look at herself, but what's she doing wrong? Imagine the way she's gonna look at you. Imagine the way she looks at you. And she can't even blame herself for her own fucking actions. She gonna fucking drag your ass around like a fucking doll. Little Ken doll. That's right. You know, I got a lot of things that I got to do in my lifetime. But giving over attention to an uncomposed person is not the best fucking shit. Uncomposure in a relationship, like family-wise, an uncomposed woman will hurt the family 10 times worse than what a man can do walking away. 10 times worse. And let me tell you why. An uncomposed woman will stay bitter. Very fucking bitter. And that bitterness starts to rub off on the children's food. That bitterness starts to get consumed by these kids. And when that starts happening, you just got a bunch of bitter children. Because they don't know how to look at the good side. They're just looking at, well, mama always mad. Look at how she treated him. I know what my daddy done. He's a great person. And then they go off from there, taking on their own assumptions wherever they feel. And then they got to see that. They got to go through it. They might not speak up like, oh, I miss my daddy. Oh, I want to be with my daddy. They might not speak up. Because they know how an uncomposed woman can react. I miss my daddy. Wow, for what? Piece of shit, that guy. No, you're not going over there. Till he gives me $300 for 15 minutes. Stuff like that really takes a part in the child's life. That uncomposure, that uncomposed sense of actions fucked a lot of shit up. A lot of shit. It's just like when you go to a feminist convention. They're all uncomposed. Well, this, because of this, because of that. Oh, we're not making this, we're not making that. So uncomposed, don't even look at detail. They don't look at all that shit. Just a bunch of line skipping. And that's the fucking problem. That's why we need more composure. Especially in our females. A woman shouldn't have to get all buck like a man. But when you see a woman act like that, you know why. And you know who usually does shit like that? People that got a lot to say about LGBTQ. They're usually the ones talking the most shit. They're usually the ones that always want to be the man in the relationship. And they usually go to church. That's usually what happens. No offense to the church ladies. They ain't everybody. Now remember what I said, uncomposed women. I didn't say everybody uncomposed. But you see them in the churches. And then you see them leaving still talking shit. You still see them go in the same and come out the same. Uncomposed. One little test. The composure just straight out the fucking window. Poof. Blown out. So you gotta have a composed woman by your side. A composed woman is a mature woman. A ready woman. You see her acting like a little fucking teenager? More than likely she just got out of a fucking relationship. More than fucking likely. Them teenagers, oh my God, all that shit. Oh, you ain't gonna buy this for me? You ain't gonna do that for me? They just barely got out of a fucking relationship. It's that uncomposure that you can see. They're the ones out there rushing to just get whatever they can get their hands on. Because that's just how it is sometimes. I know, because I used to be like that as a male. You go running after other women, you ain't even ready. You're just fucking these girls. And then later on down the road, after they already put you all throughout the female cheeseman town and shit, and you're naming all over the fucking place, you wondering why your dick is in your hand. And you wondering why you have to touch yourself more than you do with a woman. That's why you gotta be ready for stuff like that. Like that uncomposureness, it don't fucking help in anything. Man's temper, only if it's for a specific reason and shit. You're just doing it for whatever? Shit, you're fucked with that after that.